Welcome. Let us begin by rubbing our hands together and beginning as you rub your hands to go back and forth on your sit bones. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just rubbing your hands. We want to get that as you go back and forth. Start allowing your spine. You can hold the sides of your knees. Put your hands on the wood. Here, this is Safety Energy Lock 1. And as you're going back and forth on your sit bones, you want a little undulation to start to happen. So don't try to bend or anything. Just let the natural movement of your spine start going up and down your spine, up and down your spine, up and down your spine. Just wiggling, just wiggling. And as you do, you'll notice that it'll get more and more movement because it'll be warming up. Good job. Just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Good. Now, let's come down to our feet here and rub. Let's wake up our feet. Really begin to connect to your breath. And as you're holding any area in your body or thinking of any area in your body, send your breath there. Imagine that your foot or wherever you're touching is breathing. Allow the air, the breath, to come in to the foot, our feet. And as we're working today, as we're flowing, as we're dealing with our bodies today, let's think about letting go. Let's think about as the breath comes in, as the body increases its blood flow somewhere, that it can release. So as we're inhaling into the foot or wherever you're touching, and then exhale, imagine it being able to blow out whatever tension or toxins, anything that it's stored there that you don't need anymore. It could be the shock of where you twisted your ankle when you were whatever age, doing whatever you were, or just let that breathe in and breathe out. And then here on your foot, anytime you've had any issues with your feet and your toes, if you've ever broken a toe, to be extra nice, breathe into the big toe and let it out. Then to the second toe. Let it out. And the middle toe. You especially want to be able to breathe into these middle toes because they balance the oxygen and the liquefied grain, according to Jin Shin Jyutsu. Very key for our digestion. So just massage it. See if you can get it to breathe. And then release. There we go. And your ring toe. And release. And your baby toe. Just massage, 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 massage. Breathe into that baby toe. Yeah, and exhale. Push the stuff you don't need out. And then up here on the outside of the ankle, rubbing the outside of the ankle. You can hold the bottom of the foot and rub at the same time, or just do your ankles however you feel, and then have that outside of the ankle. Good. And come up here a little bit. And then I want to take the energy up. Now, the meridians actually flow. Most of them come up the inside of the leg. So come up the inside of the leg, go across an inguinal ligament, and then comes down the outside of the leg because the gallbladder meridian comes off the little toe. So we're going to make a circuit up the leg, across the inguinal ligament, and down. See if you can breathe into this whole leg. Releasing anything you don't need. Come across again, inguinal ligament. And if you want, come on down to the Safety Energy Lock 25 and take the energy down the back of the leg. There you go. Up the inside, across, and down the outside. Good. One more time. Now breathe. Now just hold wherever you want on the bottoms of your foot. You know, tips of your toes kind of area. And then hold either the inguinal ligament here or hold the sit bone. Well, let's hold the inguinal ligament in the toes first. Inguinal ligament in the toes. Breathe the energy from the earth up the leg. And then exhale down the outside of the leg. Let that energy come up into the whole body from the toes, from below you about 2 feet. Up into the body and exhale down the outside of the leg. Good. Now hold your sit bone with your toes. And this is an exhale down. So we're going to inhale from above. Inhale above the body. And allow the energy to come down the legs and out the feet from the tush. From the tush down the outside of the leg to the toes and out the bottom of the foot. Good. Good. You're squeezing what you don't need in your legs. Sometimes we hold our legs really tightly because we're trying to hold the brake down. Because we don't like the way our life is going. And with the left leg, it's about pivoting. Are we willing to pivot? Are we willing to pivot to create a change in our lives? Well, yes, you want to be open to be able to pivot should you want to pivot. Good. All right, let's wake up the other foot. Rub the heel. Rub the whole foot. You want, shake your ankle a little bit. Wake it up. Nice and vigorous inside of the ankle. I need to hit it up on the pillows for you. Really rubbing that inside of the ankle, here on the toes, and breathing into the foot and exhaling. You know, our feet are the key to plugging back in to the earth so that we can receive more energy. And if we're receiving more energy, then we're going to be releasing what we've been holding on to. Massaging your toes, breathe into the foot. Exhale out. Breathe in through the bottoms of the feet, and then play with this. Take the breath up through the body like the leg is a straw, and out the shoulders and head. Every time you take these nice deep breaths with the exhales, you are releasing toxins. The breath, we have excretory processes in the body. You have the kidney, food filters, and the bladder. Then you have the large intestine that helps you excrete, right? But you also have the lungs. And when you don't think about the lungs, it's also the skin. But mostly the lungs, skin through sweat. So you want to use your lungs to exhale those toxins and gases that you can. So we inhale to this toe. We exhale the toe. See how you can play with your breath. Now the second toe. I'm just really waking that up. I'm just massaging along it. And breathing in and imagining it exhaling. Breathing in to that middle toe. And exhaling. And into the ring toe. And exhaling. And this toe, this little baby toe, we want to massage. You're going to breathe into that baby toe. Breathe into that baby toe. Okay. If you can't reach your feet, I'm just thinking, you can do all this with your hands, but do it an opposite thing. So it's an opposite fingers and toes. So if you put your opposite hand on top of that foot, you'll see your baby finger is on your big toe, and your ring finger is on your second toe, middle to middle, pointer to ring toe, and thumb to baby toe. Then if you can't reach your feet, you can do it on your hands to do the same effect. But imagine breathing into the foot as you're holding the fingers. Okay, let's do the outside of this ankle. You can do the outside of the wrist, rather the inside, the thumb side of the wrist here, if you're doing your hands. And then now let's take the energy up the inside of the leg, across that inguinal ligament, and out the outside of the leg. If you can't go all the way down, that's fine. Do what you can. Go up from the knee to the groin, and from the groin across to the outside of the hip. We're just going up, across, and you can even go to the tush if you want and go down. Across. I want you to breathe this whole leg. Send the breath as you're waking up the whole leg. The right leg, if you're on the right, is about stepping forward and taking steps, either quickly forward or slowly forward, but making changes. So going down the leg. Good. And just notice how your legs feel. Bring that breath into both legs. Good. So let's start the diagonal mediator. Hold the upper corner of the shoulder blade, or intend it. If you cannot hold, if your shoulders don't do that, then hold right here under your clavicles. But imagine that you're holding back here. So hold here. Touch your thumb pad to your ring finger on the same side as you're holding. And then take your instep of your right foot and put it on your left inside of your knee, right here. And let's breathe. Use the ha sound. Ha. It's very helpful for the heart. Ha on the exhale, because we want to release. And another way we can release, when we release, we can cry, we can yell, which is often means we're angry. That's harder on the system, too much fire. We can sweat, exercise. We can laugh, right? That discharges energy as well. And you can orgasm. So these are ways to get energy out of the body, right? When you want to release toxins, often there are places where we're holding our breath. Send your breath here to where your instep is touching your knee. If you're sitting in a chair, that's okay. Instead of doing the instep, then touch both knees together. Just put your knees together. And now breathe into the fingers. You've got a big circuit going on there with some meridians. That second depth and first depth, that air and earth, that grounding the cosmic breath, or containing it in your body to become that divine essence of self. Invite in within you through your own source connection, that purified essence of self. Breathe into this shoulder. And this is where the hand and the shoulder are meeting. So you have this circuit going on that's going right here, going into this arm, and down through the chest, wrapping in this kind of zigzaggy cross-lateral lacing pattern down to the feet. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's make some crosses on the body. Let's start here. X patterns that open up the brain. Start at your shoulder, come across to the hip, to the inguinal ligament. You can go on down your leg if you want. If you're sitting on the floor, it's easy. If not, just go onto your thigh. We want that X pattern. We want this cross pattern really going. Go the opposite way. Down the other leg. Shoulder to hip. Shoulder to hip. Anytime you feel a little scrambled or like you really need to pay attention and you're having trouble, good to do this cross pattern. Either hold that mudra system that I just showed you, shoulder mudra, and let the foot on the inside of the knee, or you can do this cross pattern. Okay, let's get the hair out of the way. Yeah, I did have it with me. Yes, good. Okay, so get some water. Just notice how you're feeling. I'm going to do the 4 thumps, and then we'll start the mudras. You need water when you're doing this. So let's massage right here. Really like to massage this point. These 2 points are emotional reset points. You can always go here and massage. And I'm not using a lot of pressure, maybe the weight of a quarter, but you may notice you have tension here from where you kind of squint your eyes at life, or you're frustrated, or whatever. This is neurovascular. Nerves and blood flow are very strong here, and it has a nervous system component that goes straight into the limbic system. So when you hold here, and people do hold here when they get really upset, you'll find them just touching their eyebrow or getting agitated, or when we've just had enough, we'll just put our head in our hands like this. And it does help reset the body. So it's very good. So just hold there for a couple moments. And exhale out any thoughts, any issues. So if you've got something that's kind of rolling around in your head or your emotional body that you have to deal with later, or you have that you would like a solution to, then as you hold here, breathe in that purified essence of self and call in an awareness, a request gently to the inside of your body. I resonate at as high a frequency as possible and more, because whatever it is that you have to deal with, the only way to solve it is to resonate at a higher frequency than whatever caused the issue. Whatever caused the issue, to help you see different options and possibilities. All right, here we'll start tapping on the stomach point. Make the sound. See if you can vibrate your jaw right where you're tapping when you make that sound. Good, good, good. Come down right where your clavicles meet your sternum, right there. This is the kidney 27 point. We're waking up the kidneys. We're saying, hello, kidneys. We want blood flow, and that kidney meridian protects our life force. According to certain types of medicine, our kidneys, we get something called Jing, J-I-N-G. And Jing is the life force energy that you get for the lifetime, like a gas tank filled up for your whole life. And you want the kidneys and the adrenals working well, because you don't want to tax that and overuse it. You want to use it in a steady space, right? Use it for when you really need it. Come under the ribs. Good, 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 good. and right here. Beside the bra strap or nipple level, side of the rib cage. Rub, 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 rub. Okay. Now, rub your hands. Just see how you're doing after the tapping. You may need more water. All right. I'm rubbing your fingers. Rubbing your fingers. Now let's do the meridians. Flows, the birth of happiness. So just rub your knuckles, okay, and your wrists. Decide which side. Put your thumb down your middle finger and close your fingers around. And then just breathe. We're concentrating on the exhale, especially with this mudra. This is exhaling your burdens and your blockages. Feel yourself resonating at a higher frequency, reminding your body, I resonate at this higher frequency and more. It's possible. And just feel the vibrations, the higher vibrations come in, helping break free of congestion. Breathe into any part of the body that's lighting up and drawing your awareness, and allow it to exhale. Use the exhale. Releasing. A lot of people carry things, either tension in their body or they carry actual stuff on the shoulders. Let that release. Just drop it. Whatever you're carrying it isn't going to fix it. You're laying down the burden. Will allow your energy field and your body, your mind, your spirit, your connection to the universal mystery to open up more, and you to vibrate at a higher frequency. And what that will allow is new energy to come in that can change your relationship to whatever it is you've been carrying. And with the flow of the river of life, exhaling any tension here, open you to your destiny, your positive possibilities in your life. So now the thumb goes on the back of the middle finger. This is inhaling. This is giving energy to the central core, and then it comes up the back of the back of the body, back of the legs, back of the spine, up over the top of the head, and exhales down from the body. But this is helping the inhale to receive. The backs of the fingers are the inhaling energy that flows up the back. And the palm side is the exhale down the front. On all the digits, fingers and toes, when you hold the top and the bottom, you're working in a more refined energy flow system. And when you hold the sides of the fingers or toes, you're working at the organ function flow level of the energy. The energies that swirl and wrap around each organ. Good. Now, I rub my eyes a little bit. Okay. thumb across the baby finger and the ring finger and hold the back of the hand. This is very, very calming. This is the 5th depth on the baby finger, heart, small intestine, and fire, physical fire. And the ring finger is both air element, lung and large intestine. It's all about releasing things out of the body. Exhaling to inhale. Releasing from the large intestine fluid what you don't need, sorting and sifting, letting things out of the body that don't need to be there. Really allowing. Cosmic fire, cosmic breath. Translated and feeding your breath, your central fire, that light of the truth that you are, that purified essence of self that's there housing an infinity spark that is you. An infinity spark within that has knowledge, fuel, assistance to just begin, just holding. Exhaling to inhale. Inhaling to exhale. Feel your contact with either the chair or the bed or the floor, either your sit bones or your back, or if you're sitting in a chair, your sit bones and your feet, they're connecting to the floor. Draw the energy up the legs and out the shoulders and head on the exhale. Draw the energy from above, through the torso, down through the body, down through the legs, and exhaling out the feet and the coccyx, the tip of the tailbone. Inhale from the feet, up the body, and out the head and shoulders. Inhale from above, and exhale below. Good. Now, this mudra is known as the fountain of youth. It comes across the middle and the pointer finger, and you're holding the thumb on the thenar eminence. It looks like this. And what you're doing is water of life on the pointer finger, bringing into the quintessence or wood, the physical form. You're bringing water of life into the form, and the earth energies are grounding it. They're helping the vessel that you are, your physical form, hold the divine energy that you are. And so it's that purified essence of self with your own source connection flowing with the river of life. What it does is it helps stimulate that infinity spark within. You can put your hand wherever it's comfortable. I find it really nice to warm the sternum, that thymus thumb. And we'll just breathe here. Just breathing. Fill up your whole body with breath. And exhale. Now, this mudra is interesting. You have the front part, the palm part, which is an inhale. And it's really an inhale into the torso and into, there's a safety energy lock there called Safety Energy Lock 18. It's very much about manifesting into this dimension or form. And it's also about balancing all the hormones, but you're also on where the adrenals are in the reflexology points on the hand. So you're really helping the adrenals on that, the way you're holding the thumb. And you're helping all your hormones. Here, you're on the back part of the hand, and you're exhaling. So you're receiving into all your glands, and you're exhaling stagnation out of the body. Wherever you've got it. Good. Many of you know that I suggest that as you go to sleep at night, you hold your thumbs, or the 36 breaths. You can experiment with this one if you're already holding your thumbs, because this is the thumb. It's also water and wood, and just see if it helps calm things down a little bit. If you're able to just kind of feel the water of life kind of rock you, as if you're floating on the river of life, just letting go with the river of life, anything that you don't need, allowing yourself to fill up with what you do need. That purified essence of self, that own source connection, energy, and the highest vibrations possible and a lot more. There we go. Now, the opposite hand that you were holding, take your thumb over your middle finger and slide your thumb in just like this. This mudra is called total regeneration. Really gets the pineal and the pituitary and all these beautiful things in the brain. It turns off the alarm system and helps you come back into a regenerative state. Just really feel the body regenerating. Feel those higher level frequencies. Feel your own healing capacity through your own connection coming online. Beautiful. Total regeneration. Breathe it into anywhere you need. And ask the body, your own healing capacity, which knows what order to heal things in, to be perfectly in balance, in a balanced state. Breathe into all the areas that need some attention. Regenerate. Thumb pad over ring finger. Today, let's just put them on the thymus. Just rest the mudra on the thymus. We want the thymus online to be able to find what we don't need. For the immune system to be working really well. And for the central part of ourselves to be open. Our hearts nourished. Good. Well, let's give ourselves a hug. Find the outside of the bone of the shoulder blade and hold both of them. If you can't hold both of them, hold one and hold the inner crease of the elbow here, or hold both creases of elbows. Either way. Just feel this. You may want to rock when you do this, because this is just very soothing. And you want to be very aware of your connection to the earth, that the energy of the earth draws up into you, literally plugged in, because you are an energetic being, and so that the energy moves through you into the earth, and from the earth into you. A beautiful exchange. This safety energy lock, where your fingers are holding, puts the past behind you. Releasing the past. The point is the omega point in Jin Shin, the one of completion. Reminding your body to timestamp things and to also create an envelope to allow yourself to slip into the now in a protected space. Coming through the armpit, breath by breath, we want to move the lymphatics in the armpits. A lot of women don't move their arms that much, especially since a lot of work is down low. So just massage the shoulder joint as you come across here. A couple breaths under the clavicle. Just shake out your hands. Come here. Interlace your hands and put your middle finger up. This is called exhaling the dust, the dirt, and the greasy grime. It really helps the body release. It's like taking a cosmic shower. It gets up under the muck in the body. Allowing the body to exhale. Just drop anything it doesn't need. Like getting mud off of your shoes. Accumulated tension anywhere. Around any organ or gland. Just let it release whatever stagnation or story. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Your body may actually kind of shimmy when you let go. I resonate at as high a frequency and more that's possible. I embody my purified essence of self through my own source connection only. Just keep telling your body that. Let your shoulder blades drip down your back. Sit back into your spine. Find your smile. Exhale. Inhale to get up under anything that needs it, and then as you exhale, it just slides right off. One more breath like that. And let it slide right off. Good. Final mudra, back of fingernails together. Just breathing. The purified essence of purified breath. Inhaling the purified breath. That's this mudra. You can use it at any time. It's a good one to reset. Everywhere you just released, let new purified breath in. Good. Scapula. Down the back. Good. Hands to namaste. See how you're feeling. Scan top to toe, toe to top. Give yourself a big pat on the back for showing up. And a thank you, appreciation to the group for magnifying the ability to flow with the energy. Those that participate live and by recording, adding to your capacity. And a big bow to Jeremiah and Mary Burmeister for this beautiful teaching. And a little Donna Eden in there too, so thank Donna Eden. And may you thrive today. May you remember to exhale and release what you don't need, to come into what you do, to be fully present, giving the gift of life you and taking in the gifts that are around you. For those that have to go, great. For those that want to do the spleen flow really quickly, come to the base of the rib cage right here in the center and hold about 4 fingers width down. There's a concave point. And hold here. We'll take about 5 breaths. The spleen flow helps us hold our steadiness when things are a little wild. The spleen flow nourishes our blood and helps our blood cells be really healthy. The spleen flow helps us know when to store energy. And when she is balanced and strong, I think about it as a feminine energy, then it offsets the alarm system in the body, which I often think of as like the military general of protection in our body, that we don't have to be so much on, so much in red alert, that we can be calm and still, and that if we need to go into reactivity mode, that we can. We have the responsibility, and because spleen is strong, we have the resources, the energy within, and the creativity that's been nourished to be able to allow ourselves to move through whatever comes up easily, quickly, or even with perseverance. Some of you are just right under the clavicle on the same side. Breathe between the hands, sit back into your spine, drip your shoulder blades down your back. Breathe between your hands. Really nourishing. The spleen flow wraps around the lungs, wraps around the heart, wraps around the spleen itself physically. Good. Let's do the other side. You just come down from your clavicle about 4 fingers width where you were holding a second ago. You just switch to the bottom of the rib cage on the other side. Very same hold, triangle of hold. Breathe between your hands. It really clears the whole chest energy. Press down into your sit bones, sit back into your spine, drip your shoulder blades. Squeeze them a little bit together in the back, and that'll help you sit up straighter, and your shoulders feel supported. Good. Now take the hand right under the clavicle in the middle. Breathe between your hands by your spine. Good. Now come up here to the neck. Just have 2 more holds. We're holding right here on the side of the neck. And we're holding in the middle of the back of the knee. Like this. Neck and knee. Breathe the whole back, this area. This is the bladder flow. This helps decrease accumulation in the body and helps us flow with life. Make sure the water element is well distributed in the body. Good. Take your hand from your knee down to your baby toe if you can. Hold your baby toe and the neck. This point on the neck, you want to keep it open because it really helps release any attitudes that you get stuck in. Worry, fear, anger, sadness, trying to. Good. Now switch hands. Take this hand on the side of the neck. Switch knees, back of the knee. Sit back. Press your sit bones down. Zip back into your spine. Drip the shoulder blades down. Breathe. Use that breath. Find your smile. Come down to your baby toe now. Come down to your baby toe now. Just hold that baby toe and the side of the neck. Really breathe that toe all the way to the neck. The flow of all the water in the body. Good. Now just quickly notice how you feel. After just doing those 2 holds, the grounding, helping the vessel, the bubble of energy around you, be nice and strong, and the bladder flow, that you're able to flow with whatever shows up. It's nice to end with them because they really are like grounding, containing, to be able to come in to contain what you just did. May you thrive today. May you be in joy. And may you feel the flow of grace around you.